Lynn. Oh, come on, baby, talk to me.
Biff, are you all right?
It's Linda!
Linda, what's happened?
I don't know. I found her like this.
Have you called an ambulance?
She's gonna be all right, isn't she, Kathy? Please tell me she's gonna be all right.
You ought to be going.
Yeah, later.
You're only supposed to be having a pint. The pubs are shut. Sarah'll be worrying.
Will you be all right?
Why shouldn't I be? I'm used to being on my own.
I meant Kathy. She was quite a bit upset that I was here.
I think it was more to do with the fact that we did it behind her back. I should have told her that you were coming.
It was not something you want to broadcast on the local news, is it?
But I should have trusted her. Kathy knows about being discreet.
Make it sound so sordid when you put it like that.
That's the way it is, Jack. Giving it a pretty name won't change anything.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm still glad you came.
Will she be all right? We'll do what we can.
Wait! You've got to let me go with her. I'm her husband.
Then you'd better go with these people. It's a bumpy ride and your wife's going to need all our attention. Are you okay to drive?
Of course I'm all right. I've had a breathalyzer to prove it, haven't I?
They're only doing their job, Biff.
You've had a bit of a shock. You seem a bit shaky, Biff.
I'm going to be all right as soon as I know how Linda is.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Drive carefully.
Take care now. Oh, just like to see what a great party it's been.
Oh, thanks, Ned.
A lot of people had their doubts when they heard you was getting married again, Kim.
And I'm sure you were one of them, Jan.
Well, I admit it, but since I've been speaking to Steve, he's made me realise that he is just what you and little James need.
We both know you'll be very, very happy.
I know we will. Even if it did take me a bit of time to realise it too.
Can I borrow your wife-to-be for a minute, Steve?
Yeah, what's up?
Girl talk. Nothing to interest you.
I never thought you'd choose me.
Never had any doubt. Colin's a nice lad and that. I just needed to find a way of letting him down gently.
His loss, my gain.
Oh, come on, you lovebirds. The party's over. I could do with some serious help clearing up, though.
Oh, you've no romance in your soul, Eric.
Eric's got no soul.
You, though, Terry, have got too much romance in yours. Hence your lover's name stamped all over your backside.
Come on, let's get off.
Would have thought more of you, Terry. I mean, Gerald Taylor's going to be our boss any day now. I thought you'd come up fighting.
Ah, well, I'm away to bed.
What the hell happened to you?
He says he and Linda had a row.
You mean you tried it on with her and she put you in your place?
I was just, being friendly.
Which can hardly surprise you, considering you spent your whole evening pointing him in her direction. I thought you used to be a secretary, not a pimp.
I was just trying to find some way of stopping your grubby husband from pawing at me. That does not give him a licence to behave like an animal.
It was all just a terrible misunderstanding.
Oh, and how about the drugs you were sneaking upstairs? Were they a misunderstanding too? I caught your husband taking cocaine. I hope you realise what a worm you've married.
I'm painfully aware of that, thank you. I also know how eager you were to get into the partnership. It suits your social climbing campaign.
And it's the business we've got to think of, Kim.
I doubt Biff will agree when he hears you've been interfering with his wife.
Then he mustn't hear about it.
I'm surprised he doesn't know already. He certainly went chasing after you.
We didn't get very far. We just pulled into a lay-by after the misunderstanding. Linda drove off at speed.
In Steve's car?
She was very angry.
I'm sure she'll drop the car back when she's calmed down. The important thing is, it's just her word against his. And who's going to believe a farm girl before Lord Oakwell?
Anyone who really knows him.
Share your distaste, but unfortunately we both have a vested interest in protecting his good name. You because of the partnership, me because I'm married to the idiot.
You mean we have to lie for him?
Don't pretend the idea's a novelty. Anyone who knows your history can see you're an experienced storyteller. I'm sure we can rely on you to keep all this quiet.
Hi. You're late. Starting to get worried.
Yeah, a bit of trouble with the car.
Oh, I hope that doesn't mean another big garage bill again.
Oh, no, it was nothing serious. I thought you'd be in bed. I wasn't expecting you to wait up.
Oh, well, I just got chatting to Rachel on the phone. She was babysitting for Kathy. Guess she was feeling lonely too. Jack, we ought to get out together more. I mean, I know things haven't been going too well between us for a while, but things always seem better away from the farm. I know Rachel would babysit for us too.
Yeah, well, I don't like to keep taking advantage of her.
But she wouldn't mind.
Look, I'm going to bed.
Unconscious female, mid-20s, involved in RTA.
Let's get her into research as quickly as possible.
Single vehicle RTA, GCS at 3, grams 7, BP 80 over 50.
Can we give us some atropine, please?
On 3, 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Slowing down.
Okay, put these leads on.
Excuse me. I'm Brian Fowler. My wife's just been brought in here.
Mr. Fowler?
Yeah, I'm looking for my wife.
She's been taken straight to the resuscitation room.
Well, then I want to see her.
I'm afraid that won't be possible yet. But you can rest assured the team will be doing everything they can for her. In the meantime, I'd be grateful if you could answer a few questions.
Yeah, of course.
I'm Dr. Burns, by the way. As her husband, you're next of kin, but I was wondering about Mrs. Fowler's other close relatives. Her parents, for instance.
Yeah, and she's got a younger brother, Roy.
If they haven't been informed already, it might be a good idea to get them to come to the hospital.
Are you saying that she might die?
I think I had a bit too much champagne.
Hey, there's no harm in that, love, now and again, especially when somebody else is paying for it.
Our Linda had a fair bit and all. I don't think Biff approved.
Nah, I reckon them two had a bit of a row, you know. Mighty knowing them, they'll have made it up by now.
Oh, that's probably why they weren't there to give us a lift back.
But the windows on that car are well steamed up by now.
Oh, well, let's hope Biff gives our Roy's name this time.
You are our Roy'd love the reputation. In fact, I wouldn't mind muddying my reputation with you at the moment.
And what if our Roy comes back?
No chance. He'll still be chasing after young Kelly. Got the house to ourselves for once. Shame not to take advantage.
Come on, then.
Okie dokie. Oh, leave it, love.
Oh, I don't like to. Not this time of night.
It'll be a wrong number anyway.
Well, it won't take a minute to find out. I'll be straight up. Hello? Oh, Biff, we were just talking about... What? We'll be right there.
Just wish they'd let me see her. Talk to her.
There'll be plenty of time for that when she's on the mend.
We had a bit of a row at the party. It was just stupid, really. It's just me being jealous.
You've no reason to get jealous, Biff. Linda's mad about you. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, well, it didn't feel like it when I saw her dancing with that Poncy Lord Oakwell.
People dance at parties, Biff. It's called having a good time, not infidelity.
Yeah, I know. But I just saw red. I accidentally shoved him a bit. Linda said I should apologise, but I didn't.
Will you stop worrying about it? As soon as you're holding her in your arms again, it'll all be forgotten.
Yeah, but it would have been now. If it hadn't have been for Kim winding me up, she's the one that said they'd gone off together.
Typical Kim. She's always loved stirring things.
That's how I ended up chasing after her. That's why she ended up in this place.
Could I have a word with you, Mr. Fowler?
Is she going to be all right?
It might be easier if we talked in my office.
Thanks so much for inviting us.
Our pleasure.
We'll all miss you, Alan. But I'm really glad to see you happy.
Well, I was thinking the same about you two. Congratulations on making an honest woman of Steve.
The triumph of optimism over experience, Alan.
When's the happy day?
We haven't actually fixed anything yet.
But we're hoping it will be very soon.
Good idea. Don't let the grass grow under your feet. I think I've finally managed to get that through to Alan. Bye.
Bye. She's right, you know. Maybe we should just stick a pin in a calendar and denounce it now.
I prefer careful planning, and I'm not making another speech. Besides, half our guests have gone already.
Yeah, it's thinned out quite a bit. I haven't seen Tara and Alex for a while. They're usually the last to leave.
I had to send them home. Alex got rather drunk.
Again? I did warn you about him.
Yes, I know, you're right. But I thought it was for the best to get him off home farm property before he disgraced himself.
You ought to be grateful your father isn't alive to see how you've turned out.
Oh, don't start all that again, Tara. It'll be the playing fields of Eton next.
Nothing matters to you, does it?
I rather pride myself on my poker playing.
Don't get flippant with me, not after the way you've embarrassed me in front of that dreadful Kim Tate.
She's all right. She won't make any trouble. She fancies me.
Don't kid yourself. Your charms have definitely worn thin for her. Fortunately, she's got a good business reason not to rock the boat. I'm more worried about this farm girl.
Linda?
Yes. You'd better tell me what she's likely to be accusing you of. Assault? Rape?
I don't think she'll say anything.
I hope you're not relying on your charms again, because they obviously weren't impressing her when she kicked you out of the car.
I mean, she might not be able to say anything.
What are you talking about? What's happened? What have you done?
She is not going to die.
I realise how distressing this must be for you, but we've done
No,
everything we can.
Mistakes have been made before. I've read about them. Patients recovering after everybody's thought
Mr. Fowler, please. Linda had uncontrollable internal bleeding caused by a fractured pelvis and ruptured spleen. We did everything we could, but I'm afraid she passed away 10 minutes ago. Do you want to see her? Yeah.
Come on, you two, good man, clearing up.
OK, Governor. There's quite a bit of booze left in some of them bottles, isn't there?
Well, you better help yourself, then.
Can have his own party later, Cal.
Sounds good to me.
Kelly.
You can start by clearing away the human debris. I've called Barnaby a cab. Just make sure he gets in it, OK?
Right.
Thanks. Everyone seemed to have a good time.
It was a great success. You will be staying over tonight.
Well, I don't suppose anyone can object, now that we're officially engaged.
Can I? Can you just leave us alone for a moment, please?
Of course.
I'll always love you, Linda. Always.
You worthless, disgusting idiot.
You're not going to give me away, are you, Tara?
I don't care what happens to you. As far as I'm concerned, we're finished.
Please, Tara.
Stop snivelling! Can you imagine how our so-called friends would react if word of what you've done ever got out? I can't let that happen. I'm not giving all this up.
What are you going to do?
Whatever it takes to nail the lid down. And you're going to do exactly what you're told.
I don't know what to do, Linda. When I had the tests for HD, I thought I had it all worked out. Whatever happened to me, I wanted you to go on. Meet somebody else. If that's what you need. And now I realise I was just kidding myself. Because without you, there isn't anything.
Oh, it's awful, Rachel. Knowing Linda was lying there, the life draining out of her. Just like David. Brought it all flooding back. I knew exactly what Biff was going through and how alone he's going to feel. You know, people tell you it passes, that time's a great healer. But it isn't. The hurt's still there.
I didn't realise that you still missed Dave so much. I thought Doug was helping you get through it.
Doug. I learned a few things about him tonight. Like he's married. It's funny, isn't it? After the way I reacted to you and Jack.
I thought it seemed too good to be true. I guess you kicked him into touch.
Perhaps I should have done. But then I realised it suited me as much as it did him. Does that shock you?
No. I just don't understand why.
We have a good time together. But I know there'll always be something holding him back. Stopping him asking for a commitment I know I just can't give him.
Well, it's not like that between me and Jack.
You really love him?
Yeah. And however fond I am of Sarah and the children, I'll always resent him having to go home and do his duty.
Is that the way he sees it?
It's how the world sees it. I've been here before, remember? That little gold ring round his finger means whatever Sarah says is right, and I'm just the home wrecker. Maybe you got the right idea.
Well, if I have, I learned it the hard way. Maybe one day I'll get to be as tough as Kim Tate. Watch them die and then move on to the next.
I'm sorry to intrude at a time like this, Mr. Fowler, but I need to ask you some questions about your wife's accident. Perhaps you can give me a call at the station when you're ready.
I'm ready now.
You don't have to do this, Biff.
Yes, I do, Jan. She should never have died. I want to know why.
Penny for them?
I was just thinking what a great party it was.
Glad to hear it. Well, we've told the whole village we're tying the knot now. It's a bit late for second thoughts.
Never crossed my mind.
We could be really happy if you let us.
What's that supposed to mean?
I know this isn't how you planned your life or who you planned it with, but it's time to forget about the past.
Believe me, Steve, I want to. But sometimes the past has a habit of catching up with me.
But he's dead and gone. I'm here and alive. And I love you. It's a new book, clean page.
Sounds like an offer I can't refuse.
Then I think it's time for bed.
What have you done with my clothes?
I put them in the incinerator and burned them with the garden rubbish. My only regret is that you weren't still in them.
Was that really necessary?
It could be. If your brain wasn't so fuddled with booze and drugs, you might have stopped to think that your noble word won't count for much against hard forensic evidence.
I wiped my fingerprints off the steering wheel.
That was your first thought, was it? It never occurred to you to try and help the girl.
I'm not a doctor.
You're not anything much, are you? Except a waste of space.
Then why are you helping me?
Oh, let's get one thing straight. I'm not doing it for you, I'm doing it for me. I care about all this and what it stands for. I'm not going to let you drag it through the mud.
I'm sorry.
For me? Or for the girl? No, you're just sorry for yourself, Alex. That's all you've ever cared about.
You want to get yourself up to bed, mate?
What for? I'm not going to sleep.
Listen, you can have my room if you want. I'll keep down here on the sofa. So I thought you might not feel right about going into our Linda's room yet. I know how I felt just passing the door, seeing all the things.
That's all they are, Roy. Just things. If they'd make me feel any closer to her, that'd help.
Do you want me to stay down here with you for a bit?
I want to know what was going on. And I want to know why I had to lose her.
It was an accident, Biff. There doesn't always have to be a reason. That's something our families had to learn.
This wasn't just an accident.
What?
Kim said that Linda had gone off with Lord Alex. But there was no sign of him. Now, if it were true, where was he? And if she was lying, what's she trying to cover up?
Morning, Mrs. Tate.
Morning. Oh, we had a big party here last night. Still a lot of cleaning up to be done.
Yeah, I heard about your engagement. As a matter of fact, it was your fiancé I wanted to see. We found his car in Rocks Lane.
Well, Steve's still in bed, but I'm sure he'll be relieved to hear it. We'll collect it later.
I'm afraid that won't be possible, Mrs. Tate. It's part of an ongoing investigation.
Look, we know Linda took the car, but we don't want to be pressing any charges. She's just a kid.
I've spoken to her husband. He says that you told him that Lord Oakwell drove off with her in Mr. Marchant's car.
Well, they did go out for a few minutes, but he came straight back. He and his wife left soon after. I don't know what Linda got up to after that. You better ask her.
Can't do that, Mrs. Tate. You see, Linda Fowler died in Hutton General Hospital earlier this morning.